Hey you guys, I'm Aneese. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And today I want to talk about things you might run into when you start walking 10K steps per day. So let's walk and talk. And I'm going to be using my walking pad here that you see. And that's what I use most of the time when I'm walking 10K steps per day. And if you're interested in this particular walking pad, I'll leave a link in the description for you. Alright, so I have my handy remote here. I'm just adjusting the speed to 1.8. This particular walking pad does go up to 4 miles an hour. Again, if you're interested, please see the description bar. Okay, so what does walking 10K steps per day really feel like? Now, when I say per day, I'm doing this a maximum of 6 days per week. When I first started out, it was about 5 days per week. As a beginner, you can go as many days as you want. And even as a beginner, you don't necessarily have to start at 10K steps a day, because that can be a lot and overwhelming, to be quite honest with you. When I first started out, I did not start out at 10K steps per day. I actually started out at 5 and worked my way up as the weeks progressed. And that helped me to maintain consistency, and I just felt like it was a better transition, if you will, into my new fitness lifestyle. I will say journey, but really it's a lifestyle, because this is something I plan to do, for however long. Anywho, so some things you might experience, I would say maybe foot pain, and that could be attributed to not having the right walking shoes, or just your, moving your body more in general. Especially if you've had a sedentary lifestyle before taking on this particular form of fitness. You're sitting around like I'm a recovering couch potato, as I like to call it. So going from that to walking that many steps per day consistently, I definitely experience pain in my feet and my ankles for sure. But you definitely want to invest in a pair of decent walking shoes. The ones I'm wearing I got off Amazon for around 30 bucks. If you're interested in these particular ones, also just let me know in the comments, and I can also link these in the description bar. Another thing you might experience is knee pain. Again, you're working those muscles that weren't used to being worked that much. You're now doing it progressively, so that may, I would call it, awaken those muscles and cause them to ache. Also, I'm saying also a lot, I'm going to do that, but it could be due to the shoes that you're wearing, again. So you do want to make sure that you have the right pair of shoes. But if you've had bad knees all your life, like I have, they're just going to hurt. The best thing I can tell you to do is stretch before walking, and definitely stretch after walking. When I first started, I did not stretch. I don't know what it is about me and stretching, but I don't like it. So that's something that I've had to learn to love, because it's definitely necessary. And once I started to do that before my workouts, it made a world of difference. So make sure that you're stretching beforehand. Something else that you might notice is lower back pain. If you had a bad back before, or your posture isn't the greatest, that could be why. Again, if you're a recovering couch potato like me, and you're moving your body all of a sudden, then that could be the cause of lower back pain. And your shoes. And I've said that a few times already, but it's true. You're wearing bad shoes, you're just gonna mess yourself up from head to toe. But again, stretching should alleviate that. Stretching before and after. And then once your body just gets, used to the routine of you walking those 10K steps, or however many steps you're starting out to begin with, that will go away. Because that's what happened to me. And I also noticed, because there have been times, life be lifing, however you say that, where life happens and you gotta take a break. And I noticed once I took like 3 days in a row, I didn't walk. And then once I started back up again, like I felt it in my knees, my ankles, my lower back. So, no pain, no gain, right? And you also want to ask yourself, are you really in pain or is it just discomfort? Because you definitely don't want to hurt yourself. So if you're having a hard time walking the next day after doing these steps, or really feeling excruciating pain, definitely talk with your doctor. I'm by no means a professional, what do you call it, personal trainer or any of that stuff. A physical therapist, I don't do any of that. I'm just sharing my personal experience with you guys. But if it's just discomfort, try your best to, just push on and keep going. The last thing you want to do is quit or slow down, because then you're just going to start that cycle all over again. So your best bet is just to push through it. Like now, I have a little bit of knee pain, but that's because I attempted to do RDLs for the first time and my posture was off. So that's a video for another day. Yes, I did rest and stretch my legs, and that did help. But I'm not going to let that stand in the way of, my fitness journey of taking 10K steps per day. Walking is such an easy way to burn fat. So that's why I decided to do this particular fitness journey. I do other things as well, but this is how I started out. I did walking. I did walking back in 2023 when I first started my fitness journey. And by doing that, I wasn't counting steps, but I did walk for at least an hour, I would say on average 3 to 4 days a week during my lunch break. So instead of going to eat lunch, I would walk. And doing that alone, well, not alone, because I did intermittent fasting too. I only did that about 3 days a week. So that, with intermittent fasting, I lost 20 pounds in about 5 months. So you don't necessarily have to take 10K steps per day. That's just my personal journey. The point is moving more than you normally did and paying attention to what you eat. What you put in your body is 80% of weight loss. So let's talk about nutrition. It's so important when you're in a weight loss journey, what you're putting in your body. So when I first started out, trying to walk and talk, I almost fell. When I first started out, I didn't really pay attention to my calories per se, but I did eat mostly whole foods, and I cooked my meals. I did not eat out. So I think that also aided in my 20-pound weight loss when I first started back in 2023. But now I definitely count my calories. I don't have a food scale, so I'm not weighing my food yet. I do aspire to get to that point, but I am paying attention to, how many calories are in a portion size, and paying attention to what a real portion size is. So, when you go to restaurants, you eat out, what they serve you, that's like 2 to 3 times a real serving size. So paying attention to your portions and eating whole foods is going to be your best friend. You also want to increase the amount of water that you're drinking. For one, you want to be hydrated when you're working out. For two, drinking while you're eating, this is from my personal experience, help me stay full longer. So that's going to help, cut out the snacking. At least that has been my experience. Another thing that I noticed when I started my walking journey, especially doing the whole 10K steps per day, I noticed my mood got so much better. I was always in a negative mood. It's like I said, life be lifing, things happen, and I would just be stressed out. Once I started moving my body more, especially going out in nature, like taking walks outside, that immediately elevates my mood. So that's a plus. Another thing, which I think I already mentioned, it burns fat. So that's always a plus. And also, my sleep has gotten so much better. I'm able to fall asleep better, stay asleep longer. So, again, a plus, right? and I'm not in the gym sweating or doing HIIT exercises. I'm just walking. Now I do increase my speed when it comes to walking. Like I'll start out with like I'm doing right now, a nice slow walk, and then maybe after about 10-15 minutes, kind of just depends, then I'll increase my speed, then I'll go to a brisk walk, and then back down to, you know, a regular walk. And I do that to elevate my heart rate. Plus, the faster you walk, the more calories you burn. Yay! So those are the few things that I noticed when I first started my walking journey. Hopefully that helps someone. Sorry if I was all over the place. Walking and talking is, you know, it's kind of hard. I'm trying to get used to that as I make more videos. My goal is to record my weight loss journey with you all and hopefully inspire others to start their weight loss journey or continue their weight loss journey if you have already started. If you have any tips, I would like to hear them, so please feel free to comment that in the comments. Other than that, I will see you next time. Bye. Don't forget to like and subscribe.